Jenna, you know the answer to that. And so does Nick Wright. No, I'm not surprised. The only thing I'm surprised about is that Nick is surprised. And actually, I'm not surprised about that. No, this is exactly what I said was going to happen on Friday. I'm objective. So what did I say? Milwaukee's going to win Game 3. They will come out and do that, and they did. Right about that. And I said, whichever team loses Game 3 will win Game 4, and that's exactly what happened. We got a great series. I think it's going 7. Might go, maybe Boston takes care of them in 6. But I am not surprised, and I do think Boston has the upper hand right now. And yesterday, Nick Wright, he was gloating. He was in all of his glory. He even got Antoine Walker to join in and mock me for daring Wilds to use the term kryptonite for what Boston's defense is to the great Giannis Antetokounmpo. But, hey, yesterday, now Giannis is awesome. Best player in the world, so he's going to get his numbers, 34 and 18 boards. Got his numbers.
Seems good.
But he shot 43%. 43% from the field. This is a guy that has shot 57% in the last 2 postseasons. Not a series, postseasons. And they are holding him to 43% shooting. He got unlocked in Game 3, but they locked him right back up last night and held him to 6 points, Nick, in the fourth quarter. And poor Drew Holiday. Poor Drew Holiday. Drew's shooting 33%. Drew seeing ghosts. Everywhere he turns, it's a Celtic coming. 33% for the series. And Nick, yesterday I challenged Jayson Tatum to step up. You might. I don't know. We'll see. You might be entering club superstar, but you have to earn it and not just score, which he did, but also do other things, which he did. Here he is going to the hoop. Nick, 8 of his baskets were in the paint last night. 7 of them right around the rim. That's what I liked about what he did. That one tied the game. But here's another. We're going to see something else. After Giannis takes the lead in the next possession, here's Tatum doing the other things. Assist to Al Horford. Tatum gives him 12 points in the fourth quarter. Big assist, had 5 on the night, 13 boards. Tatum stepped up big. We'll see if he enters club superstar. But, Nick, I think the Celtics, even though they don't have home court, or they do have home court, they are in control.
They do have home court now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. You got a lot right there. And you're correct that on Friday you picked Milwaukee to win Game 3 and the Celtics to win Game 4. But, as you are so often to do, prone to hyperbole, exaggeration, you go too far. So let me be the measured, calm voice of reason on the show. Because I think the idea that Giannis, who had 36 and 18, that there was any kryptonite in the building, to me at least, is not the story of the game. The story of the game is multifold, and it's about one player and one quarter. Because you're right about Tatum. Tatum, I guess 2 players. Tatum stepped up, and I give him massive credit for that. Tatum, because he was playing, he had another terrible first half, then was okay in the third quarter and was excellent in the fourth. But the story of the game is Milwaukee lost because Boston shot, wait, let me check, 16 of 19 from the field in the fourth quarter. That would be outstanding from the free throw line in a game. They did it from the field in a quarter. And the majority of that was Al Horford. Al Horford I've been watching Al Horford lose in the playoffs to teams I'm rooting for my entire adult life. Al Horford's resume was excellent in the regular season, great teammate, lose to LeBron James in the postseason. And then it was going to be lose to Giannis in the postseason. And Al Horford had literally the best playoff game of his life. And so to me, I'm not worried if I'm Milwaukee. Before the postseason Wilds, I said Bucks in 5. Once we saw Middleton was out, I adjusted it to Bucks in 6. I will stick with Bucks in 6. And one last note. Wow. Is it possible, Wilds, that Brad Stevens is already a better GM than Danny Ainge? Brad Stevens was on the job 10 months. Danny Ainge was on the job 15 years.
That's not the story.
Brad Stevens says Kimball Walker and a mid-first round pick. Bring in old Al Horford. Can't help Philly. Washed up Al Horford. And all of a sudden he's winning you playoff games. Good job, Brad. So to me, the story was Al Horford. Tatum was very good. I was dead wrong about the Bucks catching fire from three. It didn't happen. And so now we do have a series, which if Milwaukee had held the fourth quarter lead, we wouldn't have.
Oh, we have more than a series. The Celtics are firmly in control. All they need to do is protect home court. Next thing you know, moving on. And I just want to dig in on Al Horford. Horford has 16. Giannis, who just looked like he was out of gas, had 6. Perfect from the field, plus 17. Broussard, Al Horford led this team, and it was contagious. What are you talking about, Nick? You talking trash over my graphic?
Nothing. Go ahead. Sorry. No, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's an excellent job by Al Horford, and I can't overstate how important this fourth quarter was. I know we're going to take shots at Danny Ainge a little bit here, Jenna. I'm sorry, earmuffs. But this was the most important fourth quarter of the Celtics season. If you went down 3-1, Broussard, against a Chris Middleton-less Bucks, when you've got Tatum ascending, Jaylen Brown ascending, you're on a hot streak in 2022 and the Defensive Player of the Year, I don't think that Brad Stevens could stand pat in the offseason. I think there would have to be major changes made because you look at the team like, man, we're never getting past this team. The fact that they were down 7 and ran all the way back, took control of the series, feel great, happy for Al Horford.
Well, you should feel great, Wilds, as a New Englander. And, Nick, you talked about Horford like that. It was out of the blue. He'll never do it again. Horford's averaging 19 points in this series on 48% shooting from 3. And that's 7 attempts a game. Yeah. It's not like a small number. He is on fire, both offensively and defensively. Yeah. And, Wilds, I'm so glad you brought up Horford and that play in particular where Giannis stared at him. Because, Nick, this is why the Celtics are going to win this series. That Al Horford got ticked off by that play. Real bad boys move in silence. Don't be fooled by his calm, cool demeanor and his talk about the Lord after a game. He is gangster, and so is Jaylen Brown. So is Jaylen Brown. Check out this play, Nick. In the fourth quarter, when Jaylen's going, you saw it. You know what I'm talking about. Giannis just touched him. Jay like, yo, don't you ever
Giannis tried to big boy.
Points at him. Best way. And then, and he was like, yo, you better get your hand off. They gangster, Nick. These are a different breed. Most of the guys today, Giannis, my man. You know, they just want to be cool and all that. No. Yeah. Jaylen Brown's like, you ever touch me like that?
I liked it.
And Horford did the same thing in his mind. These boys are gangster. It's a different breed, okay? This isn't Atlanta
first of all,
in the conference finals, okay? Or even Philly. This is the Boston Celtics, and they coming for you.
Okay, all right. Take a breath. Take a beat, both of you. Wild saying the Celtics are in firm control because they have home court, as if Milwaukee didn't win game 1 of this series on the Celtics home court by double digits. That's first of all. Second of all, Brew, I love you, but how dare you misquote our most loyal viewer, Lil Wayne, by saying real bad boys move in silence. It's real G's move in silence. That's the lyric.
No, I was quoting KRS-One. You know I'm old school.
Well, okay, I don't know why you would.
The teacher that Wayne learned from.
I'm sorry. Is KRS-One watching right now? I don't believe he is.
Chris,
but finally, Jenna, before we move on, as is often the case, I look at these stats. We all have the same stats, and I look at them very differently than Wilds and Brew. When a player of Al Horford's caliber, who's at this point in his career a fine player, is averaging 20 a game on nearly 50% from 3, I like that if I'm on the other side, because that is not sustainable.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.